A national consultation on advancing women representation in decision-making process, in particular Parliament, discussed Niue's status, experiences, analysis of Niue's situation, awareness, legal, traditional and community levels, and many other topics in an effort of drafting a national women's plan is taking place starting yesterday. As some ask questions of why more women are needed in Parliament, a current 20% of representation in the House of Representatives deemed enough by some older generations. According to Pacific Island Forum Secretariat consultant Anna Lagara-Dilbois, Niue fares well in comparison to other countries.
Niue is one of the two countries in the Pacific Island region which have more than 20% of women's representation in Parliament, and Niue should definitely be commended for that, because that's come about without any form of temporary special measures. Without any assistance, women have been able to get into Parliament and are in the House of Representatives at the moment. So in terms of, it is quite a challenge, and that's one of the reasons why the small island states, or the rationale behind bringing the small island states together to see whether their collective issues and the collective challenges that they face as small islands, they can also come up with a strategic and coordinated approach to dealing with issues of women in decision making. But obviously, even within those small islands, we have countries like Niue who are doing very well at 20%, and some of the other countries where there's no representation at all of women in Parliament. So, but the issues are pretty much, I think there's a lot of commonalities amongst the small island states, and that's what we hope to pull out of these national consultations, and have all of the commonalities feed into a small island states action plan, which will then be, they can collectively move forward in strategically addressing some of the issues which are coming up in these areas. And I believe that some of the other small island states can also learn from Niue's experiences and from the experiences of the women in Niue.
Anna also said the discussions does not restrict to just women who wish to enter Parliament.
It's national consultations, and that's the prerogative of these national consultations, to hear everybody's perspectives. And at the end of these 2 days, what we hope to have is some consensus on the best way forward. It's not for us as regional maybe organizations, or maybe for me as the consultant, to impose my thoughts on these 2 days, but really to try and extract and take back the feedback that's coming from the older generation, from the younger generation, from the women who are in Parliament at the moment, and to try and formulate that into some kind of strategic way forward, and to assist with that. So I think all the points are valid, and it's really a matter of a national matter that I believe the women are collectively coming together and discussing, which is a good thing. What I heard today in terms of the discussions is some of the statistics from the last census, which are recognized as being the official statistics, and that was the discussion. A lot of the discussions came out of concern for the numbers and what's happening and all of that. So I believe the 2 days, just going back to the question about what would women take away from it? I hope that they would go away empowered. They'd go away a lot more aware of some of the situations or some of the issues which relate to advancing women's representation in decision-making processes, the importance of their views, the importance and the value which they bring to decision-making processes at all levels, not just at a higher government level, but also at a community level, and how much we can gain from one another.
A strong supporter of women issues, former Premier Honourable Young Vivian, suggested that in order to achieve results, an artificial process of legislation must take place. Another suggestion is to look at the Constitution. There is no specific legislation that governs just women and its focus.